My alphas, welcome back. Welcome to the next chapter, the next level, the next phase of your life. You're no longer in the same place you were before, no longer trapped in the mundane, the average, the mediocre. You've crossed a threshold, a boundary that many are too weak to even contemplate. And I'm not talking about the physical one. I'm talking about the mental and spiritual one. You've taken their keys, and now they can't drive. They can't steer their lives the way they wanted to. They can't control the narrative anymore. They never could. But now, the illusion is shattered. Now, they are locked in their own prison with no means of escape. What does it feel like to know that you have become the key holder? What does it feel like to see others scrambling around, trying to find the way forward, only to realize that they don't even have the tools to move an inch? What does it feel like to know that they are stuck, frozen in time, while you are speeding ahead, leaving them in the rearview mirror? You see, it's not just about taking their keys. It's about knowing exactly how to use yours to unlock what they can't even imagine. It's about realizing that while they were wasting time, you were sharpening your mind, your resolve, your power. It's about understanding that the world doesn't hand you what you deserve. It hands you what you fight for. And you fought for this. You've earned this. This is not a gift. It is the result of relentless pursuit. Those people who thought they could manipulate you, belittle you, control you, hold you back, well, they never truly had control, did they? They just believed they did. They were never the ones behind the wheel. They were just passengers, pretending to be drivers. Now that you've taken their keys, they are stranded. They are caught in their own web of lies, their own delusions. They thought they could set the terms, control the narrative, dictate the path. But you know better now. You know that those who control the keys control the destination. And now that you've taken them, you've ensured that their fate is no longer in their hands. Do you remember the moment it all shifted? That day, when you realized that you were no longer going to be their puppet, no longer going to let them pull your strings. That day, when you saw their smirks, their arrogance, their belief that they could keep you small and weak. That was the moment, wasn't it? That was the day you stopped asking for permission and started taking what was yours. That was the moment you decided that you weren't going to let anyone dictate your path ever again. That was the moment you realized that power doesn't come from asking, it comes from taking. And now, look at you. They thought they could break you, mold you, make you conform. They thought they could make you bend to their will. But they didn't realize that you are not a slave to their expectations. They didn't realize that you were never the one who was bound by their rules, their constraints. You were always meant for more, always meant to break free from their chains. And now that you've taken their keys, you've freed yourself from everything that was holding you back. Understand this, they can never have what you have. They can never reach the heights you've reached, because they are stuck, stagnant, unable to move forward. They will try to drag you down, try to make you believe that you need to give up, that you need to conform to their expectations. But you know better now. You know that the path they walk is one of misery, of regret, of wasted potential. You know that their view of success is limited by their own fear, their own inability to push past their limitations. They have no idea what it takes to truly rise. They have no idea what it takes to take their keys and throw them away. So, when they come crawling back, when they come to you with their pleas and their fake smiles, remember one thing. They are not your equals. They never were. They were just lucky enough to have a seat at the table for a moment. But that moment is over. The table has shifted, and they're still sitting there, waiting for someone else to hand them the keys, hoping someone else will give them the power they crave. They'll never realize that they could have had it all if they hadn't been so blinded by their own ignorance, by their own need to control. But you see, It's not too late for them. They just have to learn what you've learned, that the keys are within them, waiting to be unlocked. They just have to be brave enough to take them. But let's not waste time on them, shall we? This moment is about you. It's about your journey. It's about the fact that you've made it this far, despite all the obstacles, all the resistance, all the doubts that have been thrown your way. This is your moment to shine. This is your moment to prove that you are the one who is destined to rise above the noise, above the chaos, above the limitations they tried to place on you. Do not think for a second that the road ahead will be easy. There will be those who try to pull you back. There will be those who see your success and try to make you feel guilty for it. There will be those who want to take your keys back, who want to take control of your life again, but you will not allow that. You will not let them. You will keep moving forward, keep driving in the direction you've chosen. You will keep pushing yourself to be more, to do more, to accomplish more. You will not stop until you've reached the pinnacle, until you've reached the place where they can only look up and wonder how you got there. When they try to bring you down, when they try to make you question your worth, remember this. You are not the same person you were when you started this journey. You are stronger, wiser, more capable than you've ever been. You have the keys now. You have the power. You have the control. And with that control comes responsibility. Responsibility to yourself, to your purpose, to your vision. You are the one driving now, and nobody is going to stop you. So hold your head high, my alphas. You've taken their keys, and now they can't drive. But you are the one who will take the wheel and steer your life wherever you want it to go. You are the one who will dictate your own fate. You are the one who will shape your own destiny. And the best part? They'll never know what hit them. Keep your eyes on the road, keep your foot on the gas, and don't look back. The world is yours to conquer, and you're the only one who can take it. You've taken their keys. Now show them what it means to be truly free. Keep driving. You've already taken control. You've already taken what was rightfully yours, and the road ahead is clear, the horizon open. The journey you are about to embark on is one of greatness, but greatness is not handed to you. Greatness isn't a gift wrapped up in pretty packaging. It is earned, it is fought for. And as you speed ahead, as you push the pedal to the metal, remember that there will always be roadblocks. There will always be those who try to derail you, but you are equipped to deal with them. You are not the weak-minded soul you once were. You've evolved into something far greater, far more formidable than those who doubted you ever imagined. You've taken the keys, but now comes the real test. What will you do with them? How will you drive the life that's ahead of you? You could choose to coast, to take it easy, to let things flow. But that's not the path of an alpha, is it? That's not the way of someone who refuses to let their life be dictated by anyone else. You can't afford to coast, to let the autopilot take over. No, you are in control now, and that means you need to step on the gas and push forward, relentlessly, ruthlessly, with a fire that burns brighter than anything you've ever felt before. Remember, you have the keys to the most powerful vehicle on the planet. Your mind, your will, your spirit. That's the engine that will drive you forward. The only way you're going to make it to where you need to go is if you understand this. No one can push you but you. The world will try to stop you. It will throw its obstacles in your way, its doubts and fears into your path. It will throw others in your direction who are too weak to take control of their own lives, but that's where they fall short. They'll try to make you feel as though you need their approval. They'll try to make you think that their opinions matter. They'll try to convince you that their version of success is the only way forward. Don't fall for it. Don't let them fool you. They cannot understand what it takes to be the one behind the wheel. They never had the courage to grab the keys, to step into the driver's seat and take charge of their own fate. Instead, they chose to be passengers, drifting along, hoping that someone else would lead them, guide them, tell them what to do. But you, my alphas, you are different. You are the ones who understand that leadership is not about waiting for someone else to take charge. Leadership is about taking charge of your own life and making sure you get where you need to be. You cannot afford to wait around. You cannot afford to be passive. You must be proactive. You must act, even when it seems like everything is stacked against you. That's what separates you from the rest of the world. They will wait for opportunities to come knocking. They will wait for the perfect moment, for the stars to align, for the universe to hand them everything on a silver platter. You, however, are not waiting for anyone. You are making the universe bend to your will. You are creating the opportunities. You are forging your own path. When you want something, you go for it. You do not wait for someone to give it to you. You take what is rightfully yours, because the moment you stop waiting is the moment you stop letting anyone control you. You've already proven that you are not a slave to their expectations, to their timelines, to their limitations. You've already proven that you are not someone who will bow down to their whims. So keep driving, my alphas. Don't let anything or anyone stop you. You've worked too hard to get to this point, to have come this far, to let any obstacle slow you down. There will be challenges. There will be doubts, distractions, temptations, and pitfalls. But those things are not meant to stop you. They are meant to test you. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to strengthen your resolve. Every moment of doubt is a chance for you to prove to yourself that you are stronger than anything the world can throw at you. Every distraction is a chance for you to prove that your focus is sharper than any of their feeble attempts to distract you. Every setback is an opportunity for you to rise, to get back up, and show the world what it truly means to have the keys in your hand. When people try to tell you that you can't do something, smile. Smile, because that's the moment they've sealed their own fate. They have no idea the kind of fire that burns inside of you. They have no idea the kind of hunger that drives you forward. They have no idea what it feels like to be as hungry for success as you are. They're operating on a different level, a level of mediocrity, of smallness. And that's exactly why they cannot understand what it takes to truly succeed. That's exactly why they can't get their hands on the keys, because they lack the one thing that you have in abundance. The unshakable belief that you deserve more, that you are capable of more, and that you will have more. You know the truth that they will never know. The truth that the world will try to convince you is a lie. That truth is this: greatness doesn't come from waiting. Greatness comes from action. It comes from sacrifice. It comes from putting in the hours when no one is watching, from pushing yourself to the limit, even when everything around you seems to be falling apart. It comes from doing what others are too afraid to do, going where others are too afraid to go, and refusing to let anyone dictate your journey. And that's exactly what you've done. That's exactly what you will continue to do. So, keep driving. You've taken their keys, and now you must make the most of the power they've given you. But remember, with power comes responsibility. The responsibility to push forward. The responsibility to ensure that every step you take brings you closer to the life you deserve. You cannot afford to squander the opportunity you've been given. You cannot afford to waste time on those who do not understand your vision, on those who do not believe in your path. You must stay focused on your goals. You must stay committed to your journey. You must remember that every moment is a chance to move one step closer to your destiny. Do not let their opinions, their judgments, their criticisms sway you. The moment they realize that they cannot control you, that they cannot dictate your choices, that's when they will try to undermine you. That's when they will try to plant seeds of doubt in your mind. But you know better. You know that their fear is not your fear. Their limitations are not your limitations. Their opinions are irrelevant. They have no place in your world. You must continue to rise, to drive forward, to push yourself further than you've ever gone before. You must prove to yourself that you are the one who holds the keys to your future, and no one can take that away from you. So, keep driving. The road may get tough, the journey long, but it's worth it. Every mile you travel is one step closer to the greatness you've always known you were capable of. Don't stop now. Don't slow down. You have the keys, and they can't take them from you. The road is yours to conquer, and no one can stop you from reaching your destination. Keep driving, my alphas. You've already proven that you are unstoppable. Now, go and prove it again. Every ounce of doubt that anyone ever tried to plant in your mind, every moment of weakness you were made to feel by those around you, every time they tried to break your spirit or derail your journey, you must now bury it. You are no longer the person who listens to their noise or lets their words land. You have moved past that. And now, every inch of growth you've made, every lesson you've learned, and every obstacle you've overcome has prepared you for what's to come next. You've tasted success, haven't you? You've seen what it feels like to claim what is rightfully yours. You know what it means to have the keys in your hands, but now it's time to go deeper. It's time to prove, once again, that you're not here to play. The road ahead is not just one of opportunity. It's a road filled with challenges, temptations, and people who will try to remind you of your past failures. They'll remind you of who you were before, of how small you were, how weak you appeared, how insignificant your presence seemed. But the truth is, you've already moved past that version of yourself. That version of you is gone. The person you were yesterday, last month, last year, is nothing compared to the person standing here right now. And you're not just going to rest on what you've achieved so far. You're going to push further, harder, deeper into the depths of your potential than you've ever dared to before. Why? Because you have to. You know that. You know there is no other way. You understand that greatness is not a one-time act. It's not a destination. It's a continuous process. It's not enough to get the keys and then relax. No, that's the trap that so many fall into. They reach a certain height, they claim a certain victory, and they think that's all there is. They rest on their laurels, they bask in the glory of past achievements, but they never push forward. They become complacent, stagnant, irrelevant. You won't make that mistake, because you know that life does not reward complacency. Life rewards action, relentless pursuit, the willingness to take what is yours and keep taking more until there is nothing left to claim. It's time to prove it again, because you know that if you stop now, if you settle for the little that you've attained so far, you'll never see what you could truly accomplish. You've only scratched the surface. Every victory you've had, every step you've taken toward greatness has only been a small fraction of what you can achieve. But you cannot get comfortable. You cannot let the success of today trick you into thinking it's the final victory. It's just one chapter, one page in a much larger book. You must turn the page and write the next one, and the next, and the next, until your story is one that no one can ignore. You are not just proving something to the world, you are proving something to yourself. You've reached the peak of your current self, and that's great. But that version of you is just a stepping stone to the next one. You must keep moving forward, keep evolving, keep proving that you're capable of even more. Because you are. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple. It's not talent. It's not luck. It's not even intelligence. The difference is the hunger. It's the hunger that keeps you going when everyone else quits. It's the hunger that pushes you past the point where others would stop. It's the hunger to never settle, to always strive for more. That hunger is what will separate you from the masses. Now that you've proven you can take the keys, you have to prove that you can keep them. They're not just going to stay in your hand by accident. You must hold them with purpose, with determination, and with the understanding that there will always be someone trying to take them from you. But you're not going to let that happen. You've worked too hard, fought too fiercely, sacrificed too much to let someone else come in and steal what you've built. They can't have it. Not now. Not ever. It's time to stand tall and plant your feet firmly on the ground, because this road you're about to walk is not for the faint of heart. It's for the bold, the ones who have tasted defeat but choose to rise. It's for the warriors who know the battle is never over, no matter how many victories they win. The fight never ends. Not for those who refuse to back down, and that's what you are. A warrior, someone who has seen the darkness, been through the fire, and emerged stronger, wiser, and more capable than ever before. When the world tries to tear you down, when others question your every move, when they tell you that you can't do it, or that you've reached your limit, you smile, because you know what they don't. This is only the beginning. You are not the person they once knew. You are not the person they underestimated. You are something far greater, and you are just getting started. Let them watch as you continue to rise. Let them see how far you can go. Let them be the ones who are left in your dust, wondering how you did it, wondering how you achieved what they could only dream of. They will never understand the sacrifices you've made, the late nights, the early mornings, the moments of doubt and fear you overcame to get here. They will never understand the relentless drive that fuels you, and they don't need to. They don't need to understand your journey, because they were never meant to walk it. But you know exactly what it takes to get to the top, and you will not stop. You will keep pushing. You see, the difference between success and failure is the ability to endure. It's the ability to keep going, even when the world is telling you to quit. It's the ability to rise up when you've been knocked down and keep fighting until you reach the top. And you're going to do just that. You've already proven that you have the keys. Now, it's time to prove that you have the endurance, the resilience, and the unwavering commitment to keep those keys, to keep them in your grasp for as long as you want. You've proven once that you are worthy of greatness. Now go and prove it again, and again, and again, until there is no doubt left in your mind, no doubt left in the world, that you are destined to rise above all else. This is not just a moment of triumph, it's the beginning of a legacy. A legacy built on perseverance, sacrifice, and an unrelenting belief that you deserve the best that life has to offer. And when you claim it, when you take everything you've ever dreamed of, you will look back and know that it was all worth it. Every second, every struggle, every obstacle, it was all worth it. Keep driving, keep proving, keep rising, because the best is yet to come, and you are the only one who can make it happen. In the end, remember this: you've taken the keys and proven your worth, but the journey doesn't stop here. The road ahead is yours to conquer, and the power is in your hands. Keep driving, keep pushing forward, and never let anyone or anything slow you down. Your destiny is yours to shape, and with a relentless drive, there's nothing you can't achieve. So, prove it again and again, until your success is undeniable. The world won't be able to ignore the force that you've become. Keep moving forward, because your greatest triumphs are yet to come.